And there's just my dog.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's 9 p.m. on a Thursday night. In fact, it's September 22nd, and this is Crime and Culture Live. What's going on? I'm Tim here today with Lance. What's up, Lance?
I am all out of sorts because we usually do this on a Tuesday night, but we're back in that old swing of things with this Thursday night. This was our old time slot. And do you know what I just heard from the center of my small hamlet community?
The church bells?
The church bells tolling 9, indicating crime and culture is afoot.
Oh boy.
Here we go. We already got a dislike on YouTube.
Yeah. Well, we are here with the ladies, Erin and Stacy of I Said Goddamn. What's going on, ladies?
Hey,
Hi.
just living the dream.
And what is the dream? Explain to people where you're at, who you are, why you are, when you are.
Oh, come on, get it together. Don't you know already? No, I'm just kidding. We are the hosts of I Said Goddamn, a true crime podcast, a true crime comedy podcast.
That's right.
And we're based out of San Diego. And right now we are in the ISGD headquarters, aka
HQ.
aka the shed, aka my backyard. It's really not as cool as we make it sound.
It's a studio. All right.
Yeah. Very official.
Very official.
Seems pretty cool. Yeah.
It's a lot.
Look at the scenery. It's beautiful. It's daytime.
Yeah, usually it's nighttime when we're in here. So if you guys don't notice, we will be profusely sweating throughout this entire hangout sesh.
It's very hot.
That makes 4 of us.
Yes. We're not alone. Okay.
You are not alone. Anyone who graces the crime and culture airways here, sweat is just inevitable.
Okay, good.
Because we don't hold back. It's only the hardball questions here.
Oh, love it.
Perfect. I've been studying.
I am not. So you might get like the real answers.
Well, we don't even know what the questions are. So it's going to be a wild ride tonight.
Listen, I cannot wait. You guys are easing me with every second that you speak.
Oh, that's how we do it, though. That's how we do it. You just when you're expecting it to go a little easy, you're just when you think you're smooth sailing, bam.
Oh no! Okay, well, I feel like you're giving away all your trade secrets, but listen,
it doesn't even matter.
We can tell you exactly what we're gonna do.
We'll still not see it coming. just when you think we're gonna zig, we'll zag.
You're like, I don't even know what I'm doing.
I haven't known what I'm doing for about 30 something years.
Oh, preach! I can relate.
Same.
We have a full house.
Yes.
Yay!
The chat room is filling up.
Hell yeah. What's up, peeps?
How's fantastic. It looks like we're even live on TikTok at this moment.
What's up, TikTok?
I see a little TikTok logo here. So I think that means we're live on TikTok. So
you guys are shocked, aren't you? Running the show? How are you shocked?
Yeah,
we have to talk about
everything on here.
Yeah.
I tried to log into it so I could see it, and then I just started hearing myself and got nervous and turned it off.
Yeah, that's tough. Yeah. So currently we should be live on Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, and TikTok. However, the one you really want to join for the conversation, the chat room conversation, that is on YouTube. That's at youtube.com/crawlspace. Just a clean URL right there coming at you. And that's where you can chat with all our friends hanging out in the chat room.
And we're also being broadcast live from Times Square in New York City.
I always knew this day would come.
I didn't think it would be so
Let me put my face more in the mic or in the camera. I'll just eat people.
So Shannon called me a sweaty beast. Then she followed up by saying Tim doesn't sweat, he glistens. So he's got very tight pores.
Are you a vampire?
That's factually accurate. Yeah.
Wait, did you just confirm you're a vampire?
I don't think he's legally allowed to.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
There's some bylaws in there that you cannot violate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel
No, I
like
was
he's-
answering the previous question. Yeah.
Oh,
Of your
he's
tiny
backtracking.
pores?
He's backtracking.
Yep. No, we zagged. You thought we were gonna zig and we zagged.
Yeah, definitely vampire. I'm on you. I got you. Don't look with my eyes.
Don't look in the eyes. Got it. We're good. It's fine. Everything's fine.
Well, fantastic. Welcome to the show. This is Crime and Culture, where we talk a little bit of crime and we're also going to talk a little bit of culture. So
I'm not
what's
cultured at
first?
all.
Which one first?
Yeah. You know, should we roll a dice, flip a coin?
Yeah. What are the rules
Yeah.
here?
Yeah. I mean, it's just got to be within those two boxes, crime or culture.
What if I want to talk about like quilting?
Well, culture is pretty
cultural.
wide. Yeah. Very
Yeah.
wide.
Okay.
topic.
I see
Yeah.
what you did there.
Yep. All right, let's get started with crime. You have a true crime comedy podcast. I said, goddamn, we know the answer to this. So some of the questions that we're going to ask might sound redundant, and it's not because we forgot the answers, but we have a whole range of listeners, and there's literally millions watching right now.
Literally millions.
Literally millions.
Tens.
Tens of millions. But
Yes.
I think everyone's question right off the top is, how did you come up with that title? Why did that title even enter into the bucket of options?
You want to take it away?
Nope, it's all you.
Okay. So, well, I basically rip off everything, all of my funny sayings and all of my wit and humor I take from Erin because she's like the funniest person in my whole entire life.
And vice versa.
And then I claim it as my own. And then somehow we each think that each other's jokes were like the other person's. Like we don't know. Sometimes we look at pictures and I'm like, oh, I didn't remember wearing that shirt. And then it's her. Like it's sick. We
Yeah.
are a little too codependent and basically the same person. So anyway, I know this came from you. And Erin used to say, like, if something happened or something was exciting, she used to always say, I said, God damn. I said, God damn, this burger's good. Like she would say that for everything.
Which came from Pulp Fiction.
Pulp Fiction.
You know,
Exactly.
doing lines in the bathroom and she pops up. I said, God damn, God damn.
Yeah, exactly. So that's where she got it from. And then we used to just say it in everyday life. And then we were coming up with our podcast and we were trying to think of a name. And I don't even remember the other names that came up. But then we came up with, I said, God damn. And we thought that would be really funny. And then we both got really scared because we were like, well, nobody's going to listen because we're taking the Lord's name in vain. Like the one.
Well,
It depends
allegedly.
depends on your beliefs. But anyway, so yeah, we were like, oh, it's pretty risky. That's really risky. And we both come from like families that are like, you know, not super religious, but also would be mad at us.
Frowned upon.
Yeah. Yeah. And so we said, you know what? Fuck it. It's our podcast. Nobody has to know we have it.
Mhm.
So we called it I Said Goddamn. And here we are. And then all of a sudden, family is starting to find out about it. And they're like, what's the name of the podcast? And we're like, ah, shit.
I just
And
dealt
we're
with
like-
that last week.
They're like, that's a weird
Yeah.
name.
That's a good
Yeah.
name.
No, right. And
I
we
mean,
were like,
that's offensive.
painfully ourselves on the podcast too. Like if you want to know who we are, you listen to the podcast because every episode we give like a 10-minute intro of our goddams for the week and we talk about like our lives and shit. So if you really want to know who we are and our true opinions, you listen to it and it's like, because it's just her and I hanging out in the shed.
Mhm. You
we're-
forget that there's tens
People-
of millions of people listening.
Yeah. Times Square is tuning in. And yeah, so yeah. People at work too, they're like, you have a podcast? And I'm like, who told you?
Yeah.
But also, yeah, everybody listen.
Everybody listens, and nobody's allowed to judge for anything that they learn about
Yeah.
us.
Or like when people come up in your life and they start talking about stuff on the podcast, and you're like, how did you know I had a podcast?
Mhm. You're like, shh, 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 not in public.
Sometimes my own husband learns things about me from the podcast,
Mhm.
like that I ate a cricket.
Yeah.
Half a cricket. Don't let me exaggerate.
Half
Was
of
it alive?
It's debatable at this point in time because we might have allegedly been intoxicated at the time that I ingested said cricket, but I hope not. It wasn't when I ate it.
So someone
Like-
else ate the other half first. It was not me.
Hmm.
And then she didn't want to be a little bitch about it.
Nope.
So obviously she ate the other
Obviously.
half.
Nobody was challenging me. No, not one person. I was just like, hey, cool party trick. I'll eat half a cricket. I ate the ass end of the cricket too.
You
not
ate
even
his
the whole
butt?
part. Yeah. Yeah. Isn't that gross?
You ate a
I've-
cricket butt.
I've eaten a cricket butt, as well.
What?
Was it like
Yes.
a sanitary cricket butt, or was it a cricket that fell into someone else's water that you dug out and then ate?
Asking for a friend.
Asking for a friend.
That is specifically in that scenario. That's not what happened, but it sounds very specific.
Yeah, no reason at all.
Don't know why.
Uh,
It's just
Yeah.
a scenario that came to my head.
Did you like the cricket butt?
I did, and I was just gonna say, I ate a cricket, and there's nothing to be ashamed of. You should be proud of
Thank
it. There's a lot
Thank
of
you.
protein in there.
It was actually damn good. Like I was chewing
Really?
it. If it wasn't for like all the wiry, weird legs and shit, it tasted delicious. And the whole time she was yelling at me like I was a dog.
Yeah,
Now-
it's just
No,
Stacey, no, put it down.
Now, this was like a cricket in the yard or something?
Great question. We were actually at a bar and Erin got a glass of water and she took a sip of the water and was like, what the hell's in my water? And we discovered that it was a cricket. One of the people there pulled the cricket out and was like, cool party trick, and ate half of it because you were freaking out that there was a cricket in the cup. And so he thought it'd be funny to eat half of it and gross you out. And I was like, I'll get the other half. I don't know. He wasn't even like offering it to me. He was just holding it up and I was like, yoink, I ate it. And then I threw up so many times the next morning, not just because
Really?
but definitely because I was super grossed out that I ate a cricket. It was not food grade, if that was the question. Yeah.
Okay.
definitely.
That
Yeah.
was the question. Yes.
Yeah.
And was the cricket alive when your friend bit his head off?
I'd like to think that it had died peacefully in the ice prior to being eaten.
But
Yeah.
she can't tell us if it was cold enough to have been frozen.
No idea.
Mm.
I was drunk.
Mm.
Does this
Yeah,
count as culture?
Yeah.
Yeah,
This is-
definitely.
Yes. Wow. Lots to unpack here. So
Yeah.
After eating the cricket, do you now have this closeted, insatiable hunger for insect flesh?
You know, honestly, I would do it again. It tasted like chicken. It tasted like really well grilled chicken. Like it had good flavor. I get it.
Okay. But then you say
Tim
you threw
does
up.
not
in-
like
To
this.
go.
Yeah, I'm not buying this. So you threw up the next day, but
Lots.
that was because of a hangover situation or because of the
Right,
cricket
allegedly,
situation?
yeah, allegedly. But also because I was very gross. I was very nauseous because I ate half a cricket, and all I kept thinking about was how I ate half a cricket. I also took a lot of Fireball shots and drank a lot of Coors Light.
We
This
were
is
not
not-
in mourning.
It was yeah, we were in mourning. We were
Wow,
celebrating
yeah.
somebody's life.
Don't tell us how to grieve, you know?
Yeah, like we just do what our bodies tell us in the moment. It was bad, but no regrets, not even one.
Not even one ass end of a cricket.
Not even one accident of a cricket.
All right.
Now,
well, don't
if
eat
you-
any slugs.
Yes,
Oh,
don't
no,
eat slug.
quick.
That's gross.
Okay, listen, I've heard about this. People eating slugs and then they get like some brain eating bacteria and they
Yep.
die like 9 years
Yep.
later or some shit because it can lay dormant in your body. I'm
I'm pretty sure that's with
terrified.
every insect, no?
Right? I don't know. I
Especially
Googled it,
crickets.
Especially crickets.
That's a
if you-
problem.
I heard if you eat a cricket's butt in 9 months, it's gonna eat your brain. All the eggs are gonna hatch and it's gonna crawl
Does
up
that
and
mean I'm
eat.
impregnated by cricket eggs right
Mhm.
now?
Yes.
Brain?
Yes.
Or at least a tapeworm or something.
Oh, there's no way I don't have tapeworms.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, there's no
Look
way.
how
I
thin
don't.
she is.
Also, I eat shit off the ground. Like I'm gross. I'm the reason we have COVID. Like, I lick my fingers. It's gross. It's bad.
It is really gross.
She's
When you go to an airport or to like any public transportation and there's an escalator, do you just put your tongue right on the rubber part that people put their
And I'm
hands
like,
on, just let it
"Yeah,"
slide
you're
up?
squeaking. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm just
This is as deep as we've ever gotten into culture, by the way.
glad we could help.
14 minminutes in.
Yeah. 13 minutes in and we are cracking the case.
Yeah.
We are cracking the case of Coors
COVID.
Light.
I don't know. Yeah.
Speaking of Coors Light and Fireball, Critty Cat here, one of the
Critty.
millions watching,
Yeah.
said, "Do you know them?"
Critty?
Yeah. Critty. We know Critty.
She's our social media gal. Shout
Oh,
out.
okay.
nice.
She said, "Pro tip: Fireball and apple soda is so good. A, I
No.
didn't know that apple soda existed,
I don't either.
and B, it's kind of gross."
That sounds like apple pie,
It does sound like apple pie.
but like carbonated apple pie.
I'm okay with that.
No,
No.
in a
I
can.
don't like apple pie. Fun fact, don't like apple
What?
pie. Yeah. It's a
What
problem.
if you were to melt a sharp slice of cheddar cheese on top?
Oh,
Whoa, not I
get
thought you were gonna
out
say
of
ice
town.
cream.
What is that? Some Midwest bullshit?
Sorry, that's offensive.
We're gonna
I
have to
like
end
cheddar
this.
cheese.
Lance, don't get Lance started on his cheese on
Is it
apple
cheddar
pie.
cheese or American cheese?
Well,
Cheddar
that'd be-
cheese, sharp
Yeah.
cheddar cheese.
He's putting a slap of craft on there.
Honestly,
Like, what the fuck?
I feel like there's
Sorry,
different.
I don't know if I can say that word on YouTube Live.
Hey,
You
you can
just
say whatever
did.
you want.
Okay,
Yeah.
good.
I disagree wholeheartedly.
I would try it. I like cheddar cheese.
You would try the ass end of a fucking cricket.
I did.
I mean,
Put a slice of sharp cheddar cheese on the ass end of a cricket.
Whoa.
Oh, that's like cricket cordon bleu. You know?
Add a little Dijon. Yep.
Yeah. Is that what goes on cordon bleu? I don't even know.
I mean, isn't that its own cheese?
I think. Oh,
Is
is
this
that what the
culture?
blue part is? Is it blue cheese? I thought it was just like a chicken folded in half with like cheese in the middle, and sometimes there's like broccoli or something, and it's
Maybe
never
it's
good.
like chicken cordon, and then the blue is the cheese. This is the folding is the cordon. French.
We're gonna
Cordons
need to-
itself.
Oh.
Yep.
There's a
Yeah.
ham element too, right? Chicken cordon bleu.
Oh, that's so many animals. That's like
Two.
Two.
it's two. But like that's like
Three.
a party meat.
Three if
Three
you
if
count
you're
the
count-
cheese.
Or the cricket.
A meat
Yeah.
part.
Or the cricket. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
If
yeah,
you
yeah.
count the cricket.
You
Yeah.
can't cordon a cricket. I don't care who you are.
Now Ashley asks, aren't there markets that sell crickets to eat?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could just buy them food grade if you would like.
But that I
You
think those are
could?
food grade. Or in
yeah.
you know those like tequila lollipops or the Mexican candy, those have crickets in
Yeah.
them, like
Or, like,
scorpions and
mealworms?
shit. Yeah,
Yeah.
mealworms and
Yeah.
all those kind of bugs.
Mhm.
That's the only bug I've ever eaten.
So you ate a cricket and you're over here giving me shit?
It wasn't a cricket.
Okay. What was it?
Wait,
Worse
you-
or a mealworm? What are we talking?
I think it was one of the mealworm ones.
That's
I think I
grosser.
was too scared to eat the scorpion
That's gross.
ones.
A mealworm turns into a beetle. The fuck?
I've eaten a worm too.
Ew.
What kind of worm?
Gross.
I've eaten a cricket. I've eaten an ant. A couple different types. I've eaten a worm.
Can you give some
Yeah.
context?
Gross.
Are you just in your backyard hanging
just
out?
like, check this
I'm just
out.
in my backyard. I'm
mom.
like a
Big
rabbit.
jumping
I'm just
arms.
in the backyard, just picking through the grass.
Dog's going for it. And you're like, what do you got, buddy?
Your wife's
Yeah.
like, damn, Lance, I made dinner. Don't fill up.
Or I'm going for it, and my dog's like, "What do you got?"
Yeah. You give him the ass end of everything.
I'm also the first guy who will eat somebody in any situation where it seems like we're
Oh.
going to be trapped for more than a day.
This is
Okay.
really good to know about you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Same.
You would eat me?
Yes.
Just
100%.
don't
Maybe
carry any sharp cheddar cheese with you.
No,
Okay.
because then it doesn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, in case you're with Lance and then there's some kind of like automobile accident, you're stranded in the middle of nowhere.
Cheese
Lance is
balls.
coming for you
Dude,
with a slice of cheese.
if you're carrying cheddar cheese with you, it doesn't even have to be an emergency. It doesn't have to be an accident or anything. You're already in danger. The second I go for a hike with more than 3 people, I look at who am I going to eat if something goes
Yeah.
down?
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
honestly, that's survival. So that's a really good trait to have. I don't
Yeah,
have
I walk on a plane, and as I'm walking to my seat, well, actually, I'll be completely transparent here. As I'm looking at my seat, as I'm looking at the people from my seat in first class, obviously,
Oh
we're-
shit. Okay.
Obviously. When they're walking
Obviously.
by you, because
No,
and as they're
they're-
walking by me, I'm cataloging the yes, in what order am I going to eat these people,
Yeah. Okay. Makes
like
sense.
it.
I also
including the
like to
pilot.
assume that nobody else is thinking this about you.
Well, then game on.
But what if
Hmm.
that you're somebody's first and they're your like eighth? What are you gonna do? These are things
Oh,
you
I see what
think
you're
about,
saying.
Lance.
They're-
Yeah, Yeah, you can't just
Wow, I
walk on
haven't
there
thought of
unprepared.
this.
Yeah.
Well, that's why I carry many cubes of sharp cheddar with me.
Okay.
Now, does the cheddar have to be melted, or are you just
Yes.
like, okay, yeah,
Oh,
yeah, you're
Yeah.
not a monster, you know?
No, I'm not. I'm
I'll
not
eat
an
a
animal
full block
here.
of
You're
cheddar
not just gonna like
cheese.
throw cheddar at someone and like bite it off
No,
of them.
no. We're gonna get a little bit of a melt on it.
Yeah. Okay.
Hmm.
Okay. That's
I'd eat
better.
that shit cold from the block.
Ugh. You eat cheese sandwiches too, don't you?
like
Like
Jenny.
white bread.
You
and
mean like
cheese.
a grilled cheese?
No,
Absolutely.
I don't mean melted.
Like just a bread and cheese.
Bread and cheese.
No, I'm not
Okay.
a monster.
my mom used to eat
I get
that.
rid of the bread and I just eat the cheese.
Tim,
I
if
don't
you and I went away, if we signed off on this Zoom, this show would still go on.
Sorry. You guys can we'll say like a safe word. Like
Yeah,
squirrel,
yeah.
and we'll stop.
Cricket.
Cricket.
Okay, deal.
Just reel us back in, you know?
Oh, hold on. There's
Well,
some good comments here.
we might not reel anyone back in tonight. This might be just a
For
just
it.
set
They're
the
here
boat,
for it.
just push it out
A drift.
into just a
One of those
drift.
Viking burials, just like set it on fire and hope for the best. Let the
Yeah,
gods come and take them now.
During a storm.
I'm kind of getting that vibe tonight, and I think it's a good direction to go in.
Oh, I like to imagine that your normal interviews are very professional and very informative. And here we are talking about like whether or not you should melt some cheese to eat somebody. So well-rounded we are.
Here's a question.
Ooh.
Has to do with culture. If you found a phone
Mhm.
unlocked,
Oh,
would you go through the pictures?
be honest.
The only question is, how quickly would I go through the pictures?
You're my kind of guy.
You and Lance are like spirit animals.
Yeah, 100%. We'll eat people together. We'll
Yeah.
look through their phones after and be like, oh, you had a family. My bad.
Yeah.
He's dead now.
Yeah. She won't do it. She won't look through pictures.
I'm an honorable
Well,
woman.
It's an invasion
So
of privacy.
the question though, it kind of lent itself to needing to go through the phone to get the phone back to the person who lost it, right? So how
Yeah.
else would you do it? Would you just start texting everybody? Whose phone is this?
I would open up the contacts and I'd look for like mom, you know,
But she wouldn't go through the pictures.
or like the last person they'd call and I'd call them back and be like, hey, whose phone is this?
Right.
See, because I'm an
And-
honorable
and-
woman. But you're looking because you're like, fuck yeah, treasure trove of some random person's pictures. I'm going to judge the shit out of them in my head prior to giving them the phone.
Mhm.
And then as I'm like, here's your phone. You're so lucky that I found it. You're like, I know that you were dancing on the bar on Tuesday. You
Mhm.
little hussy.
All your most treasured memories, they're in here now.
You're so weird. You are so, and you're eating people and you don't like cheese.
I just
Or
want to know
crickets.
people better.
Yeah, I guess.
See, that's
Without-
that's reasonable.
Yeah.
Don't encourage her.
I'm honorable.
No, this is terrible.
But yeah, in that scenario, that the person wouldn't necessarily know that you know them better.
But they
Does that make
assume-
it okay?
They assume that you know. So even if you gave their phone back and you're like, here you go, look how great I am, they know that you just saw whatever they've been doing.
I would not assume that. I would think, wow, what an honorable person. Thank you for returning my belongings.
Everyone is going through your pictures.
Yeah, I know. Well, one time at work, I did lose my phone and I left it in the bathroom. And one of the last things I had texted my husband was like, fuck this place, or something really intense. And a coworker who found it, replied to that one to my husband saying, whose phone is this? And then had to give it to me. And I was like, I know you saw that message,
Mhm.
but also, right? Like you get it. It sucks, right?
You were also hiding in the bathroom, right?
Yeah.
I love that we're going down this road because I think one of the most painfully awkward moments in modern life is when you're thinking you're texting somebody about somebody else and you accidentally text that person.
Oh, yeah. It's a bad idea.
It's a nightmare.
Got to double check it. That
You gotta-
sweat you get for half a second.
Yeah, your
And
stomach
Yeah.
drops.
Yeah.
Like, fuck. What do I do? I have to run away. Have to start a new life.
Start a new life.
Can't be friends with
I-
them.
I have to eat them.
yeah, to eat them.
I hope they have cheese.
I'm gonna have to invest in a lot of cheese.
Have you
Yeah.
guys ever done that?
Texted the wrong person.
I was like, eating a person? No, Lance.
I always love bringing it back to that. No,
Yeah.
texting a person.
Yeah.
Texting the wrong.
We've texted each other on accident, but never like we're talking shit about the other person. It's
Yeah.
always like, thanks, babe. And then we're like, oh, sorry, that was for somebody else.
Yeah, or I'll text her like, "Good night, love you, get home safe." And I'm like, "Oh wait,
Like,
that
I'm
was weird."
safe. Weird. But I did get caught talking shit about somebody in high school. And I thought that this was a very interesting moment in my life because I learned something about myself. I was talking shit about her, but she deserved it for the record. And then she came up to me later and she was like, so-and-so said that you said this thing about me. And in a moment, my stomach dropped, I panicked. And then I just looked her dead in the eye and I was like, I did say that about you. And she was like, why? And I said, because it's true. And then she was like, oh, and I'm like, I'm really sorry. I shouldn't have said it to that person, but like, it's really true. And it kind of bothers me. And she was like, oh my God, I didn't even realize. And then we became like really good friends. So
what was it?
Wow.
It was stupid. It was high school, Tim. I said she talked a lot and she was annoying. She was, and she did. I probably said it differently.
I think it was me.
No, it was not you. It was somebody else. And I was like, you just talk a lot. Nobody can tell a story because you interrupt it all the time. Like me. That's why I don't like her. Because she's like me.
I can't talk if you keep talking.
Yeah. I'm waiting to talk. Stop.
But now you like her?
Well, I don't know her anymore, but like, yeah, then I did. I don't live in that state anymore. I've moved a lot.
There can be only one.
I am that. Yeah, you are the one.
Pro tip from Shannon. Shannon said, okay, back to the phone pictures. You have to remember to go through the deleted picture file too. So
It's not deleting the deleted.
I
You
don't
know?
think I've never deleted the deleted.
What?
In my phone?
Yeah.
There's a deleted
Girl,
file?
my phone
Yes.
is
Recently. Yeah. Recently deleted.
Amanda?
I think you
Yeah.
can program it to
Like
delete automatically after like 30 days, 60
I
days
think-
or something like that.
I think 30 days is the default.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you
I
got to
mean-
check anyway. I mean, if there's some
Wow.
recently deleted in there. Whew.
You're,
I'm gonna have
you're
to find that
fucked.
folder so that I'm
Big-
like quick with it on
It's
someone
like
else's phone, you
with
know?
your albums. I delete it all the time because I'm like short on storage on my phone, like
Oh.
constantly, because I take way too many pictures
Yeah.
and send way too many gifts.
I
Yeah.
just new
Mhm.
phone. So
Wow.
I'll-
It does
Big time,
get to be
big
a
time pro
problem.
tip from Shannon there.
That was yeah.
Oh, I
Thanks,
said
Shannon. You
Amanda,
just
I'm
saved her
sorry.
life. What'd you say?
I
Talk
said
over.
Amanda earlier when I was like, thanks, Amanda.
Oh.
It was Shannon.
Now-
Shannon.
How close do you two live together? Like from each other, I guess.
The farthest 20 minutes you can imagine.
So long.
I mean,
Okay.
like a
He's like,
solid,
okay.
a solid couple Blink songs
Yeah.
at least.
Yeah.
Are you referring to Blink 182?
Yes.
Yes, we're on a first name basis. Blink is what we call them.
Obviously. Yeah. Listen, we're trying to move closer. And by
Yeah.
we, I mean me. I'm
Yeah,
trying to
she-
get out of my neighborhood to move closer to her, but not into her neighborhood. 'Cause I hate her
No,
neighborhood.
she
But
keeps sending me Zillow links to
Yeah.
like next door houses. She's like, this one's better. It's mine, but you can have the shittier one.
here's one on the same street. I call this one.
And whereabouts in the country are you located?
We are in San Diego, California.
Sunny San Diego.
It's hot as
Sunny
shit
San
right now.
Diego. Is it
Mhm.
hot because the sun's out and it's like 85 today?
Yeah,
Exactly.
Where are you guys
And-
at?
We're in Massachusetts.
I was just there last week.
You guys could have hung out.
What were you doing? You didn't even visit.
She
Oh,
was
yeah.
grieving.
I was grieving.
Sorry to hear about
Oh.
your
Cricket.
grandma.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was there for my grandma's funeral. But I mean, plus side, got to see all my family and stuff. It wasn't too terrible. This
That's
bitch was
cool.
supposed to go with me.
Yeah. Sure
Wow.
it was.
Yeah, that was pretty aggressive.
I liked it.
Now,
I was
Yeah.
where in Massachusetts were you hanging out?
Cape Cod.
yes, the cake.
Nice.
Oh,
Okay.
wow, pardon
Up,
us.
ladies.
Yeah. Get your cheese out of here, Lance.
I'll take my sharp cheddar and I will make my way over to the North Shore.
We
Yeah. Well, it was on the north side of Cape Cod. Yeah.
No, where in the Cape?
Dennis.
Dennis.
This
Oh,
was like
cool.
We need an
Okay.
address here. We need an address.
Yeah.
Millions of people want to know exactly the address you're at.
Yeah, we need to
Yep.
know.
Well, I mean,
where
grandma's
you
not in
are.
the house anymore, so
Oh boy.
because she's dead.
don't worry, all the valuables have been taken.
You didn't
Is
need
that
her
why?
though.
Can't loot it. Please don't loot my dead grandmother's home.
Yeah, that'd be so unfortunate. And also for sure, it's like you're gonna get cursed.
Oh, 100%.
Like I feel like,
she's petty.
yeah,
Yeah.
she was.
Well, on the other side, she can afford to be probably as petty as she can
Even better.
possibly be, right?
She'll
Even
haunt the
better.
shit out of you.
Yeah. She already haunted my kid, allegedly.
Oh yes, I heard a little bit
Oh,
of this.
please tell us about this.
Yeah,
I mean,
tell us.
there wasn't there wasn't much to it. He was just like, Mom! And I went into the room and he was like, something hit me. And I was like, the fuck you talking about? And he said there was like a light, a blue light, and it was up in the corner of the room. No windows, nothing going on over there. And then it just came down and hit him in the head. And I was like, that's your grandma.
You have been
She
haunted.
said,
Mom.
Wake
"Could have
up,
been my
kid.
mom."
Tell your mom I'm coming for her.
Yeah. But he just went for it like, oh, cool. Glad there's an answer. Gonna go back to playing now.
I like to imagine that he's like, now possessed by like a poltergeist or something.
I mean,
He's just like fucking around the house and
Yeah.
rattling around like he's your son.
his old bones.
Yeah.
So this happened while he was playing in his room?
Yeah, in his sister's room, in my other kid's
Okay.
room. They were both playing in there, and then some light hit him in the head, allegedly.
Any
I
other
like how she doesn't
witnesses?
leave her own kid.
My other kid.
So she confirmed
She's two.
the
Take
orb.
what she has to say
With a grain of salt. They're
Yeah.
liars
She's
at that.
two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got
okay.
a 5-year-old who's like, something hit me. And then you have a 2-year-old who was probably like, I threw some shit at him.
But I'm not gonna admit to that.
Okay. So
Yeah.
he said it was light that came down from the ceiling and hit him. And did it hurt him?
I mean, he said it hit him in the head like that. He kept saying, like that.
Was there
So it
any
didn't hit
mark on his
hard.
head?
He didn't cry. And he just yelled for me, like mad about it, that there was something. that
Some
hit him.
ghost is bobbing upside the head.
Yeah.
He's like, Mom, make this stop.
Yeah.
You're like, I don't know what it is.
Yeah, I was just like, I mean, don't do what it was that you were doing. Were you taking the Lord's name in vain? She didn't like that.
Well, that would be pretty ironic.
Well,
Wouldn't
maybe he gave your podcast like a 1 star on Apple, and she was like, "What are you doing?"
Son of a
Yeah,
bitch.
right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And she was like, not my grandkid.
Oh my god.
And so this was okay.
Oh, this is a lot to take in.
This was, I know. I'm really diving into this one. So, okay, so this happened right around the same time as your grandmother passing away, like a week after.
It happened when I came home from the funeral. So
She hitched a ride.
Yeah, like 2 weeks after she passed.
I'm sorry. Go back to she hitched a ride.
Well, for sure. She
the
brought
plane.
her back. She like grandma hitched a ride on Aaron.
You know,
Oh, I thought. I'm so sorry.
grandma
I
wanted to see the West Coast.
thought Aaron hitched a ride back.
I did do that on a plane, but
with a pilot.
There was a pilot.
She paid though.
I did pay.
Thanks for the ride, lady.
Thanks for the ride, lady.
That's from Creep Show too.
I love it.
Oh my god, that movie.
Oh,
Wow. Okay, so that's really interesting. This is a good one. This is a good story. I think there could be something to this.
Aaron's got a lot of hauntings.
I allegedly, I don't believe in any of
been,
it.
yeah.
the word
I-
allegedly has been thrown around about 30 times in the
I
last.
have been at her house while we're actively being haunted, yelling at her like, Aaron, this is a clear haunting. And she's like, I don't know. Or like, maybe it's just like the electricity is just like zapping around. And I'm like, no, man. Like, this is
Maybe
like
it's the old
creeping me out.
bones.
Well, it's good to be skeptical. You need to, or else it's
Yeah, you need to
just
explore the
anarchy.
options. Yeah.
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 I have a quick question about the light orb that hit your son. Had he seen any movie or heard any, I don't know,
He likes Sonic.
podcast or something? Or
He does not listen to the podcast.
On
but he
account
does listen to Crawl Space.
you gotta have some vices.
Yes. Or some taste.
Yeah, some taste. He's a classy
Culture.
guy.
Yeah.
I don't think he's seen anything with it. I'm sure he's seen like ghosts and stuff on videos, but I don't know about like a blue light thing. I don't know.
That's like a genuine haunt.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, it's pretty it's not like a shape of a person. Yeah, it's not even like I've heard stories like this before and they're not all that common. And like, because most hauntings are, you see like maybe there's like half of a person or something like that. But the orb thing is different. I feel like there's some real gravitas to this one.
Are you telling me my house is haunted?
100%. I've been telling you that. You gonna believe them now and not me? The whole time I'm standing there with you?
I'm not saying your house is haunted. I'm saying
He just
you're
said
haunted.
gravitas.
I'm saying you're
That's
haunted.
a great word. Oh, me personally?
Yes.
Oh, I
Yes.
That's
like
actually
this
fair.
spin.
And your
That's
son has gravitas. You should rename your son gravitas.
I'm just gonna start calling him that.
I'm
Like,
for it.
go with it, you know?
Yeah.
That's his
But
inside name.
it's the perfect word to describe this. Because
know
if
what
he
that means.
wanted,
The word means like gravity, like it's heavy, like gravity, gravitas.
yeah, like it's
Okay,
got
yeah.
like it's got substance.
Yeah, weight to it.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
You guys were a little too cultured for me for a minute. Remember, I eat crickets. I got it. I figured I worked it out.
But I was thinking someone of that age would, if they wanted to make up a story, would be very specific about, like, I saw grandma.
Yeah, like embellish it more or something.
Yeah.
Like it was a person and they went, ooh.
Yeah. So that leads me to believe that
Liar.
something did actually hit him. Or
Yeah, you keep calling him a liar, and I'm like, for sure, your son is now possessed by a poltergeist. I will
you
come
should
Is that
You
how
should-
possessions work?
you should totally tie him to the bed and bring in a priest.
Let the power of Christ compel the kid.
Exactly. We
Yeah.
need a full, and it needs to be live on Crime
Gotta
and
be
Culture Live.
believable. We gotta tell him, like, sell it, kid.
Sell it. You really got to sell it, kid. Oh, he would too.
Yeah,
He's
he
such a
would.
little
He
ham.
would.
Such a little ham. Oh, wow.
Oh,
Wow.
okay. So what else? What else? What other hauntings have happened when the two of you have been together?
Well, even while we're recording, or in the early years, we used to record in the same room that her son got hit in the head with an orb.
Which was my childhood room.
yeah, which she
Oh,
grew up in.
really?
Yeah.
Wow.
We were in that same room, and there was like banging going on the walls, and I was just looking at her like, "What the fuck?" And she's like, "I don't know."
I just ignore it.
I'm like, "That's not." It sounded like somebody was like running along the wall and banging, but there was nobody on the other side. Like I was asking the logistics, like, is
Yeah.
it your son on the other side? And her son was a baby at the time, and it was not.
Mm-hmm.
And she's just like, "I don't know, weird." I'm like, "Your house is haunted."
Well, then the lights turned off, didn't they? And
Okay,
that's
the
when you-
power went out.
Yeah.
One time, you guys, the power went out while we were recording, and we used to record in her childhood home, and she had just moved into the place. So there was like shit all over, like we're just in a room that we can have a microphone in and like not as much echo. So it didn't really matter what it looked like, but it was a fire hazard where I was at. Like if there was a fire, I would have died because
or
there
a
was no,
haunting.
yeah, or a haunting because there's no nice way out. But we were being haunted, and then it was like raining outside or something too. For some reason, the power went out. I have never screamed so loud in my life or run out of that room so quickly, and I tripped all over everything. I like broke my knee.
Mm-hmm.
And your husband was home, and he was like, "What the fuck is wrong with you guys?" I was screaming like a schoolgirl because I was terrified of the haunting.
Well, it was banging, and then the lights turned out.
Yeah, that's creepy.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I
lights
didn't
came back
like
on.
that either.
She just
And
lives
what
with
do you,
it.
yeah.
What do I do about it?
Well, I guess
More
what
of it.
what do you think? So it seems like you're so used to it that it's not
denies
something that
everything.
I deny everything. I don't believe in anything. And I just deny it, and I chalk it all up to like, the pipes are creaky, or like it's an old house, or
Didn't your like baby or something do something, or your dogs?
Oh yeah, I was home alone.
She's
with
got a
one
lot
of
of
my-
them.
I was home alone with one of my kids, and this was shortly after my husband's grandma had passed, and the
She's
kid
like a black widow.
was
Like
like-
everybody just dies around.
Oh my
I
goodness.
I have a lot of death around me. Please don't die, anyone.
Okay, you got it.
And my kid, I was the only one home, and he turned and he put his hands up like to pick me up, and he was just like staring up, and I was like away from me to something else. He was like, "Oh, like get me, pick me up." And I was like, "Nope." And then I grabbed him. We went to another room, and I was like, "Could have been anything." He probably saw a dust floating. I don't know. He was a baby. I was like, "Nope."
Definitely saw his grandma.
Could have been grandma.
Yeah.
He liked it. He was happy about it.
Oh my god,
Okay,
it's
so-
the same kid. I think he might be gifted.
He might be gifted.
Perhaps he can
It is the
speak
same
to the
kid.
dead.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, let me talk to
Yeah.
him.
Right.
Like, what's your inside name?
What about a Ouija board?
I have
Fuck
one.
that.
She won't play with me.
No.
That actually
Yeah.
could be part of the problem, because again, childhood home, and I was definitely that kid that was like, do we need a bird's head while we play with the Ouija board? And all of my neighbors were like, yup, let's do that. And then I didn't know how to close circles or anything. So that shit's still open in my basement.
So wait, I feel like you're serious about the bird's head.
Yeah, I'm glad you doubled back on that one because me
Yeah.
too.
Why do you
Why
pick up on little things?
Why don't we talk about the bird's head, you weirdo?
Who ate the butt? Who ate the bird's butt?
No one ate the bird, but there happened to be a dead bird outside, and I was relatively young and with all of my neighbor kids. And then we decided that we needed to see how birds worked.
Okay. That's
Okay,
fair.
serial killer.
Yeah, right?
She's
Psycho.
too.
But tell them what you did with the bird's head.
I don't think that that's necessary.
I think it
I'm
is.
a little concerned that this is every conversation we've had so far. There's been
I feel like we're gonna stop being invited back.
a moment where you've done something with a bird with their body
maybe
parts.
it's the same one. Maybe it's the same thing. Is that the same bird?
No.
Oh, that's a different bird. Yeah.
Oh yes, it's a different bird you mutilated.
Yeah, so you're right, Lance. Yes, she does have a weird affiliation with birds and their body parts.
I do really like birds.
But she doesn't kill them. She
I didn't
finds
kill
them
it.
already killed.
Yeah.
Dead.
Everything is already dead by the time I get my grubby little paws on it.
You're not getting away with it. What'd you do with the bird's head?
I cut
Erin?
its head off and I put it on a stick.
Like a psycho.
And then I carried it around.
Like a
Back
psycho.
up.
Like a staff. Yeah.
Mm.
It's his face.
Hmm.
Like a pencil sized staff or like
Yeah,
Was it like a finch?
No.
What are we talking about?
Like an
Parrot?
eraser.
Cardinal.
A cardinal?
You know, like one of those beautiful ones.
a cardinal.
That's why you're haunted. This is it. We figured it out.
Did we figure it out?
Oh my God. You pissed off the cardinal god.
We've blown through culture. We've blown through culture, and now we're at a
Are we in crime now?
anything.
think we're-
Yes,
Yeah. Actually, yes.
anything else we
Fucking
might need.
illegal.
We might need a disclaimer.
I didn't do that. It was all a joke. This is alleged. I
Mm.
didn't do any of these
like
things.
legends of the hidden temple. It's
You
like a
are
double
very
down.
well trained to throw in the word alleged on most of these stories.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Yeah.
this was a cardinal, a red with a red head. This is a male cardinal or a female cardinal?
Did you
No,
check?
I don't
Bright-
know. I don't
Bright
remember that, but
red
it did have
or
red
like a
head.
gray?
Wait
I
a
want to
minute.
say I remember the body being more brown, but I feel like the
Okay.
head was red.
Wait, you guys know how to tell if it's a boy or a girl?
Yeah, the boys are like bright red and the girls are
Oh.
like brown or like
Oh, I kind of like that.
like an auburn red kind of.
Auburn.
Auburn.
Mom.
Every
Every
wrinkle.
wrinkle.
Okay. Okay, and you insist the cardinal was deceased by the
It was already
time
dead. Yes.
by the time you got
It's starting
there.
to feel a little bit like an interrogation.
It
I don't
is.
know if I should
It
step in.
is. It is. Now this is the
talk to my
hot
lawyer?
seat we were warning you about.
you
So
Oh, we're zigging.
okay,
There's
so how
multiple
did-
conversations going on in the chat too, by the way. So
Oh, I'm sure.
this has really gone to the point where I thought it would go, and I'm so happy. But anyway, go on.
Oh God.
Sorry,
How
everyone.
did-
I don't know.
how did the bird
enthusiast out there?
How did
Sorry.
the bird die?
how'd the bird die? Yeah.
I didn't perform a good autopsy. I just
Okay.
performed a regular,
It was a
10-year-old
rudimentary-
autopsy.
Rudimentary autopsy.
Yeah, it was very, very crude.
Now, would you say it was
But-
the first autopsy of your time?
Why do you ask questions? This is their thing.
Just
That's
curious.
that's a fair question.
Sustained. Answer the
Yes.
question.
Well, so
There was
where
not a
was
lot to do.
where was the rest of the body of this bird?
Just on the ground. I mean,
Oh,
we
you took that
associated its head from its body
Yeah.
for the autopsy.
Doubled.
for the autopsy for science.
Okay. For
Speaking
science,
of
yeah.
science, remember when we were in biology together and we dissected that pig's head?
I do.
We actually dissected a pig in biology, but we were left alone with the carcass
Mhm.
for too long, and we ended up dissecting its whole head to see its brain. And oddly enough, our biology teacher was very kind about it.
Mhm.
In retrospect, though, that's fucking creepy. Like everybody else was like, and here's its pancreas. And we were like, I poked its eyeball out, put it on this petri dish.
And she judges me.
Well, I was with you. It was probably your idea. And I was probably like, I don't know if we should do this. We're supposed to look for the pancreas. We found it. Not in the
Extra
brain.
credit, you know? Found some
in
other
his
things.
brain.
Oh,
It's in his
Um,
brain.
Was
So
it?
did
It
you
was
see
dead, right?
The pig.
yeah, it was dead.
Okay.
It was for science.
We don't kill things.
No.
Did you find the pig's brain?
Yeah. We had to. It was really hard to get its skull open
That's true.
because we weren't given tools for that.
No, you're given like a tiny,
yeah,
like a
scalpel.
scalpel.
Right.
Mhm.
Well,
A bone saw.
Creep Show.
I can't imagine why they wouldn't give you that.
One of those field bone saws, you know.
The aforementioned Creep Show. I'm pretty sure there's a segment where you take like a hanger and go up the nose, and you just
Oh,
kind
for
of
the
like
Egyptian
you
mummies.
can pull out. Yeah, you pull out the
Oh.
brain.
Twizzle
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, that's how they used to do lobotomies, also.
Yeah. Yeah.
And like those
Mm.
mental wards.
They're just touching the front part.
They
though.
would go through your eyeball though.
Mm.
Yeah,
And
right
then
in
hope
here.
that they scrambled the right part, and then they would be like, "Well, this one doesn't work anymore," and you're like, "Yeah, that's because you stabbed its brain."
Mhm.
There's
the
there's a great book called The Ice Pick Doctor. If you ever
No.
get a chance to read this, it's all about like those old tests that they would do. Yeah, like all sorts of tests that they would do on various people for various afflictions, and they went into detail on that. How
It was always
There was-
women because they were always hysteric.
Oh, they're so hysterical.
Yeah.
oh yes,
feel
the old
like-
hysterectomy.
We would have been put in that category.
Yeah. Thank God we're alive now. Like, this bitch is eating crickets, stabbing ice, picking her eye.
She's definitely a witch.
Oh my god, if you owned any property, you'd be put right on the gallows.
Capitalist.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Gallows. Ooh.
Mm.
Great band. The Gallows. All right. Anyway.
Oh well, there's a culture reference. Very good.
There you go.
They're
Yeah.
very
Yep.
good.
Very good.
Right in with the crimes.
He's like
So-
scoring us. Like, good job. Way to bring it back around.
Actually, all I've written down, and we've strayed so far off topic, you can't quite see it. No,
Oh.
all I've written down is burgers,
Ooh, I do love a good burger.
I do love a good burger.
because in the beginning you said you would say I said goddamn when you had a good burger, and I wrote down burgers because I wanted to know what for you is a good burger. But since I
Yeah.
wrote that down, we've gone on such a blazing path away
Yeah.
from that.
Bird
Yeah.
burger.
Cricket
Mm.
burger.
I mean, this
You
might
know-
be controversial, and maybe you
Oh.
guys don't know about it
Oh,
on
okay, I'm
account
ready.
of your location. But In-N-Out,
Oh, that is a good
Oh well,
burger.
Tim knows In-N-Out. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. I lived in Southern California for about a decade.
oh, there you go.
wow.
Yeah. I had a lot of double doubles.
He managed the
Yeah.
In-N-Out.
that's what brought me there.
you?
No, I did.
No,
not.
he didn't.
I lived
I was
in
so
LA.
excited. I was like,
was
tell
too.
me everything about the paper hat.
He actually tried to. He tried to start his own chain called Out and In. It didn't take off
Oh.
though.
They sued
So you
my
have to go
ass.
in first in order for it to work.
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
Right,
out.
right.
You're already out, you know? Should have talked to us
Yeah.
first. We could have helped.
Yeah. It didn't work as well. What about Fat Burger? Do you guys like Fat Burger out there?
I've never had it.
What
I don't know that
Is it
I
a
have
crime?
either.
Fat burger?
the fuck?
Only burgers?
Wow. Interview over.
I guess. I'm
What
sorry.
is Fat Burger? Is that
Yeah.
the one with like the checkered dude holding a
No, that's Hodad's.
no? It's like, you know.
Checkers. Oh, is that
Hold
Big
on, do
Boy?
that again.
That's
Checkers.
Big
Oh,
Boy.
Is it Big Boy? Yeah, it's
Big
Yeah.
Boy. Oh,
Big
okay.
Boy.
Okay. Do
Yeah.
they serve burgers? I don't know. I just remember that used to be
They
everywhere.
do. Yeah. What about the Habit? Do you guys have that out there?
I love Habit Burger.
The Habit's pretty good.
Oh,
Yeah.
I have
Yeah.
had a Habit Burger.
Yeah,
Mhm, mhm,
That's a
mhm.
bomb burger.
You know what I'm starting to realize is
Yeah.
like I haven't really categorized my burgers.
I
Yeah. you
Let's
do.
get into it.
burgers.
Yeah.
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 So
That's
what's a
okay.
burger that you would bite into? Is it a burger that you'd get from a place? Like if it's a Habit burger, would you bite into that and say I said goddamn, or is it like I just like my
Damn.
burgers with like Swiss and mushroom or something?
I mean,
Hmm.
I guess it just depends because you can have like a plain burger that's just fucking the bee's
Bomb.
knees, you know.
Mhm.
But
Mhm.
you can have one of those fancy pants burgers that are just like, the bun's a little soggy and the
Ooh,
lettuce
yeah,
isn't
nobody likes a
crispy.
soggy bun.
Yeah,
Mhm.
all the pieces have to
Mm.
come together perfectly.
Yeah. It's like art.
It is an art form.
Mhm, mhm, mhm. If I go to a restaurant and I get a burger, I'm always going the blue cheeseburger.
Are you?
Yeah, I love
Oh.
blue cheeseburgers.
I'm not a blue cheese.
Mm.
I know I'm like a weird random person.
Yeah.
Have you ever had like
Yeah.
the teriyaki burgers with like the pineapples on them?
Yeah.
At Islands. That
Yeah.
one's really
Oh,
good.
Islands. Yeah, Islands is good too.
Yeah.
But I'm with you on the blue burger. That's kind of That's kind of my jam too.
Oh,
What about
yeah.
gorgonzola?
Same
love
thing,
gorgonzola.
pretty much. Yeah.
love it.
Okay, this is an interesting comment. I said, what about gorgonzola? You said same thing. I just met somebody who loves blue cheese but hates gorgonzola.
That's weird.
Mm.
And I was like,
Uh,
I mean, I can see that there's some slight variation, but it's not
like
like the other
halfway through
side
the
of the
process.
spectrum
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
I mean, unless you're talking blue cheese dressing, then it's you
No,
know,
no, just straight up
much
cheese.
different.
Like
The
crumbles.
crumbles.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
That's
Lo-
the same
loves
blue
blue
one.
cheese, doesn't like, or it was vice versa, it was something like that. Loved gorgonzola, didn't like blue cheese, but I was like, isn't it just so similar?
They're interchangeable to me. Yeah.
Yeah. I could go. I like almost any cheese. You know what's not my favorite though is Swiss, only because it doesn't have much of a flavor.
It
I
really
like
doesn't.
it.
Yeah.
But it's
That's
not my
interesting.
favorite.
Yeah.
I
It's
feel
just
like
a-
Swiss has a very unique flavor compared
It's
to the
like
other
nutty.
cheeses.
But it's
so light.
yeah, it's very
I like
not
a cheese that
bland.
punches me in the tongue, you know?
like a sharp cheddar.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
a sharp cheddar.
a-
Yeah.
Sharp cheddar or like a pepper jack. I don't
Ooh.
really go crazy on my cheeses.
I like how all of a sudden we're talking about cheese again.
You can tell where our hearts lie.
Yeah.
In the
Now,
dairy
if-
aisle.
If I were to have a slice of sharp cheddar cheese, what would be the perfect meal that I could put that on top of?
Popcorn. Not a slice, you'd have to grate it.
Okay.
You have
Oh,
to do
Hold
Good.
on.
yeah.
We have to we have to pause this. Does
Mhm.
anyone know who Cranky 99 is?
No.
It sounds very
Be-
cranky.
It does. And they
Yeah.
said, notify me when you have something actually interesting to say.
Oh, okay,
Okay.
cranky.
Okay.
Hey,
Okay, we'll notify you, Cranky.
Yeah. Cranky, come back.
Have you tried cheese on popcorn?
Yeah.
That's pretty
I'm about to
interesting.
tell you about it. You need to buckle up, pop yourself some popcorn. You could use the microwavable kind, melt some butter, put it on there, grate up some cheddar cheese. Chef's kiss.
Ugh, that sounds
Yeah,
delish.
It's
Do you,
so good.
Flop it around.
Flop
and
it around.
Grate some more on it.
Put some salt on there too. It's
Yeah.
not good for you.
Oh, that's not
Grumpy. It's
that's
not good for you.
cranky.
Cranky. I don't remember your fucking name.
Use his given name.
I'm sorry.
Well,
You're both
he went from-
incorrect.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. We were looking for a warm slice of apple pie. Lance, I can't even believe you missed that one.
How did we miss that one? You know what? There's always next time.
I didn't want to press it. I was very passionate and I didn't want to
It's because we don't think you're right.
overstate the passion here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe it was too obvious.
No, not with
No.
ice cream.
Would you do it with ice cream?
Could you?
Hot apple
In a
pie,
house?
ice cream.
No,
No.
Okay.
How do you guys feel about melted ice cream?
no, no good.
A
Gross.
la
right?
mode?
Disgusting.
Disgusting.
I mean, it's like
Gross.
disgusting or
Yes.
like just not the best.
Like it makes me want to vomit.
like you'll still eat it though.
No.
Yeah,
care.
melted ice cream, not great. But you
I
put
knew
melted
you were
ice
crazy.
but you
what if
put
you're
ice
right?
cream on the warm apple pie, naturally some of it's gonna melt. And
Yeah.
I'm
You
into
scoop
that.
shit up. Yeah, you scoop that
Mm.
shit up with your spoon and you're like melty or not. I don't care.
I
Shit's
leave
a
it-
Yeah,
apple.
that's fine.
I
That's
leave it
fine.
behind.
Healthy now.
But because it has apples.
No.
Aaron's never eaten an apple.
Wait,
What?
hold on.
What?
Can we
Cranky,
message
this stuff is
Cranky? This is
Oh, what
this
Cranky
is,
say?
This is
What's happening?
interesting.
Is this blowing
Wait,
up here?
No. He said notify him when we have something interesting. I thought
Oh,
this
yeah,
was
yeah.
interesting enough.
What's Cranky
Enough
want
for
to
Let's
talk about?
notify him.
Notify him.
Notify him.
Cranky, we're
Notify
talking
him
about
about-
you're not eating an apple. You need to know. Spread the word. Alert
Yeah.
the masses.
I mean,
Mm.
I've eaten apple, just not an apple.
You've eaten like apple flavored things.
I
You've
mean,
eaten an
like
apple pie.
apple pie, or that's pretty much the only apple that enters my mouth.
Applesauce?
Applesauce. Yeah.
Okay.
You've never walked into an apple orchard
No.
and plucked one fresh from a tree
Mm-mm. I have done that, but then not eaten it.
and
Mm.
Put it in the basket, and then
a
never
golden
looked at it.
delicious.
Mm-mm.
Oh, it's got to be Fuji or whatever that apple is.
The
That's like the
sweet
best
ones.
one.
Yeah,
What about those cosmic apples that they're like genetically?
I have apples
Modified.
in my house. We have the cosmic apples
Yeah.
in my house. We have
I say
apples
genetically modify all food.
100%. It's
There's-
bigger, it's better. Why not?
At Costco, they have these cosmic apples, and they're like genetically modified to be the crispiest apple you've
Mhm.
ever eaten.
Mm-hmm.
Delicious.
Pretty crispy.
Don't eat them.
But she's never
You
bitten.
don't like the consistency of an apple?
once when I was a child.
We're gonna just take the therapy seat here.
I guess. Yeah. I bit into an apple and then my tooth came out in it. And I was like, never again.
Fuck apples.
Fuck apples.
That apple did her dirty.
First bite, first apple. I was like, I guess I'll try it. And then my tooth came out and I was like, I guess I'll never eat apples again. And I haven't.
Have you had like an apple slice?
Yeah.
Just not your thing.
It's too late for apples and me,
Mm.
you know? Still.
What
But
a travesty, you know?
You liked pie, and then did you mention apple soda earlier? Right?
I mean, I
Oh,
would try it.
No,
Is
that
that
was
Or can you
Those
just
in the
buy
chat
apples?
room.
Kitty.
Yeah.
Yeah, said
Yeah, it was
Fireball with
pretty
apple
with the
soda.
Fireball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What apple soda? The only apple soda I know was like apple slice from like years ago.
What? Oh,
Yeah.
do you guys remember Surge?
Hell yeah.
I remember Surge. Yeah.
Yeah, sorry. That was just jumped around.
Just
Nice.
Oh, let's get some Surge.
And it looked like it was like it was like the
basement.
90s energy drink for kids.
Yeah.
It was just Mountain Dew or something. I don't know. Like
Ah,
melted
that was-
Slurpee Mountain Dew.
Jolt Cola for us. Over here.
Jolt.
Oh my God, that stuff.
Oh,
That
God.
was not good. Not. I
No.
mean,
Not
not
for you.
good. Were
I
you guys
mean,
old enough to
just-
drink Zimas?
yeah, that Zima was like the first time I ever got drunk
Of course it was. It was like
drinking
scared
Zima.
off ice.
Yeah. I think that was the first beer I ever had.
I remember trying to get drunk off of wine coolers once. That is a hard task to achieve.
You know what it takes?
A million.
A slice of sharp cheddar cheese.
I knew you were going
base
to
it
say
down.
that.
You just like shove it inside the rim. So
Yes.
it touches it on the way out.
Were you like the weird one that nobody wanted to be friends with in elementary school?
He just always.
like,
I mean,
Just-
it continues on into adulthood.
Makes sense why we're all friends now, huh?
Wow.
Jesus.
We didn't
Shannon
even touch
says-
upon crime so much unless we like your animal homicide.
Murder.
Yeah.
No one is around to testify.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Well-
Kill it.
Well, we hit ghosts. I feel like that definitely it checks the
Same route.
mystery box
Yeah.
at
Yeah.
the very least. While it's not crime, it's
Mhm.
mysterious.
I mean, there's death.
Oh, see, the
Death.
lights just flickered.
Mhm.
We're haunted.
Mhm.
Don't worry about
And I
it.
think it's just shoddy electricianship.
Wow, way to say that one.
Thank
That was
you.
good. That was a big word for your mouth. You did it though.
It felt like it.
Yeah.
It rolled around in there.
Yeah, it did. I heard it.
Rolled around in there like a cricket's butt.
Like a cricket's butt. Not in her mouth.
Yeah. God, no. I knew what to do with it. Spit it right out.
Is that your motto?
The word. Yeah. Works in all things in life.
Wow.
Wow. Well,
Wow.
so
Wow.
We're never gonna.
you have a podcast. What are some of the recent episodes? I know we're coming up to the end of our time here, but what are some of the recent episodes that people can look to as a good introduction if they haven't? I mean, for the one or two people in the world who haven't heard your show.
Yeah, of all those millions. Yeah. I don't know. You could start anywhere, man. It doesn't have to go in order.
Yeah, it's not chronological other than our lives, but I mean, that's not that interesting. You'll catch up.
Yeah. What'd you call last week?
Grandma got arrested.
Grandma
That
got
was
arrested.
Corey Winnicky, and he was
Oh.
beaten to death with a baseball bat in his room. And
Yeah.
then the suspects were like his fiance or the many girls that he was cheating on her with.
Ooh, not a good look.
And after 25 years, one of those girls finally got arrested. But at this point, she is, spoiler alerts and all that. She is married, has kids, is a grandma. So
Different
grandma
person.
got arrested for her previous life.
But
Wow.
we came to the conclusion that we thought she did it, right? Because it matters.
I think that there's a lot of evidence pointing to that she did. However, it's kind of sketch. It's kind of sparse on the details. It's kind of sparse on the like
Like if you were-
evidence, the hard
yeah.
evidence against her. So I don't really know how I feel about it.
Like if you were a jury, you couldn't confidently say
Yeah.
that she did it. But like us, we're like, for
But like
sure.
she probably did.
Mm,
But like you got to be able to prove it too.
all that, ethical shit.
For like laws.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Like
Ethics,
innocent
schmethics.
proven guilty.
I find that if you say these things out of the corner of your mouth like that, that's basically saying like it's alleged.
It's a see,
Yeah.
you're catching on to the alleged.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we can all say she
You're
probably
wrong.
did it.
She wanted a donut.
We definitely did it.
Yeah, that holds up in a court of law. That holds up when
Yeah.
you get a cease and desist or something, right?
Yeah.
It's like, listen,
Oh,
I said
God.
it out of the corner of my mouth.
Listen,
It wasn't
Yeah.
even me. I'm like
We
a
have-
ventriloquist.
there's no
Yeah.
way we can get like a billion of those someday. When we blow up and we make it big, you
Oh,
know,
yeah.
like so many people are gonna be so mad at us.
Yeah, that's
So
Oh,
mad.
yeah.
our problem.
When you get
Like-
your first cease and desist, let us know, and we'll guide you through the process
Oh,
of doing
good. Have you had one?
absolutely nothing to respond to them because they
We
go
have
away.
We have gotten a few of like, this is how you get sued or something. And I was
Mhm.
just like, file that under delete.
Yeah, some random people who are mad though.
Yeah. Yeah.
Those are just those are emails that you're getting from people
yeah.
who.
Yeah. You know what I find interesting? This might be controversial, so maybe I shouldn't say it.
No, you should.
Oh, it's just us here.
Us. It's
Yeah.
just safe. But every time we cover a case about like an indigenous woman being murdered, nobody likes it.
Yeah.
Everybody asks us to do it because it's so like, you know, we need to spread the word. It's a
Yeah.
real issue. Ooh, you get some hate mail.
You get a lot of hate mail.
lots of hate mail.
Yeah.
Mhm,
What kind of hate mail?
People- Oh, people are like, you're being so disrespectful to the victim, which to be fair, we never try to victim shame or anything. We just joke like the whole thing. We're making light of something very serious because that's how we survive life. We're in
Mhm.
therapy. We know it's not normal, but we're getting through it. Okay.
How we cope.
Yeah. It's called survival. Okay. That and then also other people being like, you don't know what you're talking about. Like you got all your facts wrong, blah, 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 blah. And then one time I got a little sassy back and I was like, well, one, don't use us for any kind of like actual, like accredited kind of resource for your research. Like
Yeah.
we're just two people shooting the shit. And secondly, I got this from the actual court documents. So like, you know,
Suck it.
suck it. And then I just, she was like, stop answering them. And I was like, okay, fine. And I did. I shouldn't be allowed to have access to our email. Because I'm like, also, you suck.
I mean, to be fair, she writes them better though. She's like, and to circle back to your first point.
Yeah. Corporate world emails.
Yeah.
I'm like, per my email below.
Per my previous email.
Fuck off.
Suck it.
Best wishes, Stacy.
Well, I gotta say, anyone who's entering into your show as a listener, given the title, they should know
Yeah.
what they're getting into.
Yeah.
Exactly. Right. Like, I feel like that's our security blanket. If you don't like the title, you're probably not gonna like the show. But also, if you like the title, you're gonna love the show.
Mhm.
Right.
It's just hanging out. We're all best friends. We're all hanging out. We're all shooting the shit. We're gonna tell you some crazy stories. You can be like, holy fucking shit. Did you hear about that one dude who got beat with a baseball bat? Turns out grandma got arrested.
Mhm.
And
It's
and
life
and
for
and
best friend. Is telling
I'm
you
a
the story.
huge proponent of not burying these tragic stories that need to be out there
Yeah.
because they're too painful to talk about. And if you
Right.
need to use comedy to get them out there, use
do it.
comedy to get them out there. And if somebody's looking into it to the point where they're like, you got these details wrong, why
least they're
were they
researching
looking
it.
into it in the first place? Because
Yeah,
they,
at least they're
for the most part, they
researching
probably listened to your show. And now
Yeah.
they're like, I'm looking into it. So
Yeah.
I mean, as long as you're
Welcome.
not being disrespectful, you used
Yeah, see?
an element of human emotion to get people interested in something.
Exactly.
There you
And
go.
also one of the big things that we always are like a proponent of, like we call all of our listeners our goddamn fam. We're all really close. Like we have each other's phone numbers and text and email and whatever. And it really is like a family. So like in our Facebook group and stuff, if people are going through shit, they'll come and post it there and we've got everybody's back. So we're not doing it out of malice. It's exactly what you said. Like we're just two best friends telling each other crazy ass stories, spreading the word. And we actually care about people. Like we care about literally everyone. We care about you guys. You barely know us and we fucking love you. And you
Aw.
can never leave us.
Well,
we're
you
just
do
good people. Like, come on.
you do
Right.
care about everybody. Tell people about is it Project or Operation Moonblood?
Oh, yes. Okay. So every like holiday season, we do this Operation Moonblood, which by the way came about because I was like, I want something that's going to make me giggle every time somebody sends me an email. So I want the title to be called Operation Moonblood. I'm not sure if you're aware, but Moonblood is AKA like, a period because you can like track the moon to tell when you're going to bleed if you're a chick.
Oh my
Send me
goodness, I
that.
just got that.
Yeah. So I thought it'd be really funny if people wrote in saying like, title Operation Moonblood. I just thought it was funny.
Mhm.
And then it's just progressed into this thing and it sounds really cool. Right. But yeah, every year we all get together and people who need help, they write in and let us know. Or if you know somebody who needs help, you let us know and we all compile our money together and we help each other out. So like we've been able to help support some people's Christmases, like surgeries, things like that. And it's not just us, like we go in with our pile of money, literally all of our Patreon money, basically. And because we don't really
need it.
Yeah, we haven't really like what's it called, benefited from the money. Like we don't keep it and put it in our pocket and run away.
Yeah.
We like put it back in the podcast. And most of the time at the end of the year, we take whatever's left over and put it in this Operation Moonblood. And in doing that, a lot of our listeners have stepped forward and are always down to help donate or support someone, and we can help get them connected. Like, okay, this person needs help here. You guys talk to each other.
Or they're buying each other Christmas presents and things.
Yeah, it's
Wow.
super
It's
awesome.
very wholesome. It's
It
very
makes
cute, and it
my
gives you a
heart
little bit
happy.
of faith in humanity.
Yeah, like we're a good bunch of people.
Yeah.
Like we're terrible because we have like the worst humor and probably wouldn't fit in anywhere that is like,
In modern
respectable.
society. Yeah.
But like we really are good people at the end of it all.
In our hearts.
Yeah. Like we're gonna tell you to fuck off, but then we're gonna be like, "Are you okay? I was just kidding. I'm sorry. I'm so crass."
I meant to out of love.
Yeah, you're being a dick. Someone
Well,
has to tell you.
That's going over very, very well in the chat. People think that is wonderful and lovely.
Aw, yay!
Yeah, we tossed the link in there so
join the
people can go
fam.
and contribute if they want.
Oh, awesome. Thank you, guys. It's gonna be the best Operation Moonblood this year.
Oh man. Can't hardly wait.
I know.
Oh, I remember that movie.
It was a great movie. Now we're
What?
getting into the real culture.
Yeah.
part of the show.
Uh-oh.
Operation Moonblood is a movie?
I don't know.
Oh,
No, can't hardly wait.
Ooh.
Oh, can't hardly wait.
God, we're like a second behind on everything.
Yeah, I
The
guess.
cheese, the movies.
God damn it.
Yeah, we can't
It's
get our
okay.
shit
We
done.
can't
We're
we
really
can't
bad at-
expect you to. I mean, we've been going for over an hour. We can't expect people to be right on par with us here.
We did warn you about like we're not really good on the culture area of this.
Mhm.
Well, we spent all night on culture.
Yeah,
So
yeah. You filled up the entire time with culture.
Had to overcompensate for our like inadequacy.
Don't tell me about it.
You drive a big truck, Lance? Yeah, good answer. Oh no, come back.
Oh,
Was I being a real dick back there?
I was super insulted. No, ironically, I drive a Mini Cooper.
Aw, you're so fast. Zoom, zoom.
and fancy.
I know, really. Minivan.
Well, this has been a lot of fun hanging out with y'all tonight, and the chat room has been just cranking all evening.
Hell
Really
yeah, that's
appreciate
awesome.
that. Yeah.
There was really like, I feel like you're bringing energy to it where everyone is infected by it. So the chat was almost impossible to keep up with because the topics were like all over the place. So it was really hard.
Talking about cheese, crickets. What else do we talk about? Burgers.
Yeah, and it led the people to other things, and they started talking about their thing, and really tough for us to actually contribute with it. But we read everything, and
good.
it was a beautiful evening.
No, me too.
And we've been trying to do this for like a month and a half.
I
I
know.
know. Sorry, life gets in the way sometimes.
It really does.
Stupid life.
We
I
had a
know.
rough.
It'll slow down.
It better.
It has to.
Well, everybody's dead now. So
Exactly.
shit. That's an inappropriate joke. A lot of people in our
Knock
lives
on-
died.
Knock on the walls.
Yeah.
Please don't die,
Well,
guys.
Yeah. Seriously.
No, but if we do, we'll try to haunt you and your family.
Please.
Apparently, my
Yes.
house is open.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Aaron might put your head on a stick, but
that's if I find your body.
yeah, don't let her find you. She's gonna be making you talk and shit like a fish head. Like, do it out, house, go.
I'll put cheese on top of that.
I said, goddamn. Thanks for the ride, lady.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
Weird. You guys are
Well,
weird.
Yes. Thank you. Yeah, we are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get
Well,
along.
Evident.
this has been a lot of fun. If you have not checked out the I Said Goddamn podcast, you must do so. And you can also get the website at isgdpodcast.com. A lot of information there, and it's a fun podcast. You're great to listen to. I love hearing you mix it up, and really the personal stuff is just even better in some ways than the crime stuff.
That's awesome.
Yeah, you had said when we first spoke with them that it wasn't it's not a true crime, or it's don't approach it like a true crime comedy podcast. It is a podcast about friendship, talking about, and you're talking about true crime, and
sprinkled in.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to connect you with Jason in the chat here. He's got a podcast called Santa May Be a Criminal, and he wrote a comment here saying that he hopes to have a couple other voices after this for his parody show that he maybe we'll make the connection here, and you can be featured on his show Santa May Be a Criminal. Also a true crime comedy podcast.
I love it.
Love it.
That's a guy that breaks into houses every year.
Yeah. For sure he's a criminal.
Obviously.
Why is he leaving behind gifts?
To cover up all the things he's stealing.
That's what I'm thinking.
Mhm.
Santa, old Saint Nick.
Classic.
Bitch. Sorry. Doubling down.
Allegedly.
Yeah. Do you think he really had a beard?
That was fake.
Mm.
I think it was fake. It's not gonna
And
be that
I bet
white.
it's-
It's not gonna be that white come down the chimney.
Yeah. No. You put that on after going through the chimney.
Mhm.
For sure.
Mm-hmm.
You think he's really eating milk and cookies?
He's raiding your liquor cabinet.
He's like, what's this eggnog with some rum?
Mm-hmm. He's
Hope these
stealing
cookies
all
are-
the batteries from your remotes.
Oh, that's and all those other socks that you've lost.
Mm-hmm.
Just
one
wreaking
sock.
havoc.
All the
It's probably-
backseat strings.
Probably ripping the final 2 pages out of the book that you're reading on the
Yeah,
coffee table.
That would be the worst.
Oh,
Cut 'em,
that's
though, so they
Taking that
can't
one
tell.
puzzle piece.
Yeah.
Bastard.
Yeah.
He just
I always
takes a
knew it.
few from every puzzle in your house.
I know it.
Santa's a dick.
What an asshole.
I know.
Who knew? You know?
It's just innocent chaos.
Throw the book at him.
Yeah. Not in my house.
No Santa's
the
allowed
book
here,
at him.
man. Makes sense.
Well, yeah, this has been a lot of fun. You two, thank you very much for hanging out. Lance is flapping his wings.
I'm
Same.
fanning myself, sweating. I was sweating.
Oh.
I get it.
I feel like the tables were turned on us.
Lance really needs a cricket butt in his mouth.
I've been craving.
No,
it.
I eat the butts. Do you eat the heads? We could share a cricket.
I'm not picky.
It's
Okay.
Oh, okay.
We're gonna have to
Yeah.
find 2 crickets.
You both
I'm
need
not
the
gonna
butts.
have you guys fighting over crickets. All right.
I'll eat a cricket with a fork and knife,
Yeah.
Oh, like
fancy.
guy.
like a proper person.
Wow. I'll eat it with my fingers and then I'll lick them after. And then I'll touch the handrail to the escalator. I almost said vending machine. I would touch that too.
Yeah.
She's like, I don't
Okay.
know why I'm always sick.
I literally got COVID from my grandson because I ate the piece of cheese off of the table.
I told her not to.
She did yell at me.
Well-
She said, don't eat that. And I ate it.
Well, how do you know that's how you got it?
Well, because
Because I got her pizza and it was hanging off the edge of the plate, like the little tippy tip. The best bite was hanging off the edge of the plate. And then I just slid it along the just slide your
Bastard.
pizza over here so you can pay for it. And it touched the whole thing. And I was like, oh, that's not good.
Mhm.
And so then I told her, hey, don't eat that bite, cut that off. And she looked me dead in the eyes
and
and
I
said
bit
something like, I ain't afraid of no ghosts. And then she ate it.
I ain't afraid of no ghosts. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do.
And I watched her get COVID.
Yeah, it was cold too by the time it touched my mouth. This is what I do when I'm drunk, though. I eat shit that I'm not supposed to. It's
I
like my
should've cut
party
it off
trick.
for her. I should have taken the initiative and just been like, no,
You yelled at me like a dog then too.
there's a theme here.
And she really was defeated. And she was like, I should have taken it off. I knew I should have taken it off.
Like a mom who's disappointed.
I am too. I don't know. Here we are.
Anyway,
Well,
Yeah.
is
here
that where
we
you
are.
Yeah. Like I'm trying to say bye, guys.
Well, this has been a lot of fun tonight. Very entertaining and very fun.
Very informative.
Yeah,
Learned a
with-
lot.
You all, yes. Yeah. And
mhm.
thank you to everyone in the chat room tonight who hung out with us. We'll do another one of these soon. And yeah, make sure you check out the I Said Goddamn podcast. It's really a lot of fun.
Yeah. Check it out. It's fun.
And don't
Don't
lick
take
random
our word
things.
for it. It's not from Reading Rainbow. I don't know. Anyway,
Probably.
okay.